Hi guys, I'm talking about hatchets and machetes today. I like hatchets. I like them a lot. They're really handy when you're out in the woods and in the backwoods. I use them a lot for driving in stakes when I'm trapping and chopping kindling and different things. But if I had my choice, I would always take a machete. And I'm a machete guy. This is super light, fits in my pack really easily, and I'll show you some different ideas. This one's by Ontario. It's a longer blade. You can get some deeper cuts in there and longer swipes for taking out grass, really long grass. This one's by Cold Steel. This is the Cold Steel Roman, and it's really handy. It clears brush like nobody's business, and cuts notches out of wood really well. So I can do a lot with this blade too. But about the most handy one that I've seen so far is this one by SOG. And this one I like a lot because it's got the saw on the back, and I can trim this. I can use it to make notches when I do my trapping for cutting notches, for setting up my snares. I can use it to cut straight cuts in whatever I'm doing. And I'll give you let me show you how well this actually saws. I was actually surprised by how well it works, and it really gets in there and really just tears things up, and it takes out a lot of wood and does some pretty deep cuts really fast. So I could use a lot of energy and a lot of time cutting this with the saw, but I would rather use a lot less time and a lot less energy just cutting notches this way. Okay, now watch how well this thing chops. And it just absolutely devastates whatever it hits, and does a really good job. And anyway, so this will kind of give you an idea how effective it was. That was barely a few strikes. This really is. And then another thing this can do better than a hatchet is when I'm out in the woods and I want to cut a stake for whatever reason, tent pegs, whatever, and I've got a stake in no time. These machetes are just so useful. It's a totally utilitarian, light, fits in my pack easy. Got a saw. I just can't go on enough about how many uses I have for this tool. So if I wanted to cut something like this in the woods, this would be a little tough with the hatchet because it's got a lot of weight behind it, and this is going to flex. It's going to move. So this is kind of a job for a machete. So the trick is when you're cutting something like this, you cut in a downward angle, and then you cut in an upward angle, and you make a V formation, and it'll take nice big chunks right out of this thing. Now this is pretty gnarly wood. This is a hawthorn, and so being as a hawthorn, this is pretty gnarly wood. It's going to take a little bit, but let's see how effective it is. There you go. Not too bad. Now let's try a bigger one here. This guy needs to go too. There we go. Now let's hit it from the other side a little bit. And we'll rotate around the back. Now let's try to do a coup de grace. There we go. And that, my friends, is why I'm a machete guy. Okay guys, this is kind of a go-between between a hatchet and a machete. It's a lot lighter than a hatchet. This is the tomahawk, and this one's forged by my good buddy Roy, who owns the company Old Town Smitty. This is hand forged. So let's see how it can do. I'm kind of curious. Well, there we go. Okay, I found the sweet spot. Let's try that again. Okay guys, I think I get this thing now. Let's try that again. Yeah, well, I'm just gonna stick with my machete, man. Well, and this is okay. The machete did quite a bit better of a job than the tomahawk. You know, the tomahawk's okay. You can get used to it, but I'm gonna stick with my machete.